Hey there, wedding enthusiasts. Welcome to Bridal Hype.
The podcast where we chat about everything under the wedding sun. No filter, all fun.
That's right. We're here to laugh, cringe, and celebrate all the wild and wonderful moments that comes with saying, I do.
From the latest trends that makes us go, really, to the epic fails that keeps us awake at night. We've got it all.
So whether you're tying the knot, planning the perfect day, or just love a good wedding story, you're in the right place.
Let's crank up the hype and celebrate the wonderful chaos of weddings together.
So why the podcast? Welcome to the first official episode to launch on Bridal Hype. So we welcome all of you with open arms and we hope you enjoy this series. Let's dive into the reasoning, the why and the explanation behind this passion project. Elisma, do you mind sharing a bit more about yourself and who you are?
Of course, I'm Elisma Freeman. I'm a wedding and events planner. I live in Durbanville and I have an amazing fiance, Donovan. We'll be getting married next year, October. Super excited. And then we also have a little fur baby called Zoe. I've been in the industry for near 11 years. I have been owning my own wedding planning business for about 7 of those 11 years. And then, middle child. Definitely have middle child syndrome. That's part of the whole thing anyway. Maybe why I did weddings and events and not became a doctor or something like that. I have a passion for sports. Yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Amazing.
Tell me about you, Linka.
About me. So I'm Linka de Wet. I am 26 years old and I currently live in Stellenbosch. I am also a proud owner of my own wedding and events planning company, which I have now owned for about 3 years. So I have been in this wedding and events industry for 8 years in total. And I am one of 4 children. So I have 3 older brothers as my siblings. I would say I am an absolute extrovert. And I love running and I'm a very family orientated person. I'm very passionate about the people relationships and the bonds that I get to create in this industry.
Amazing. Oh, those are very important.
Absolutely.
But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, for sure. So, Elisma, what made us decide to start this podcast?
Ooh. So it was quite a busy weekend for basically both of us. And I was on my way to a wedding in Tinswalo. And Linka, you actually worked that wedding, so I got to sleep in a little bit on the Sunday, and on my route there, about 45 minutes drive, I just, in the back of my mind, have this thing that I need to be in front of the camera, I need to talk a bit more, it's part of marketing, etc., but I'm camera shy, I don't like that, and I have this urge to do something, and I didn't know what, and just had this epiphany come to me, like, why not a podcast? But not with anyone, like why not do it with Linka? Like we can always speak about the industry, we sit and work together very often. I invent and rant and give insights and help and guide where we can, and I think it purely stems also from the coordinators community that we do have and that bond that we share and the help a sister out type of vibe that it stemmed from. And I know I got to Tinswalo and just sat down on the couch and be like, wait, do we have a minute? I need to tell you something.
She was so excited. She was like, come here, I need to tell you something. I actually need to ask you something. And I initially thought it was work related. So I was like, yes, tell me more.
And I actually sent a 4-5 minute voice note before I got there with all this information.
On her way in the car, which I did not listen to.
Because obviously she was busy working.
I was on site.
being there, helping with the wedding. Anyway, and then I told her, and immediately in her face I could see the excitement, and she's like, no, I've been wanting to do it for so long, and also with you, and was just so excited to start talking about it and talking about like all the type of conversations we can have, all the type of topics we can talk about, and then going into a bit of a deeper delve into what the reasoning would be for us in the greater scheme of things of going into that. But I can give you that room of explanation, Linka.
Yeah, no, we definitely discovered that the fact that we both thought about this podcast idea was really something special, because what are the odds? And the fact that we were both so excited and we everything just flowed from there. It was a natural process that flowed, and the creative ideas that we both came up with came so naturally. So we really thought this is going to be worth it, and that is why we decided right then and there, we're going to do this thing. There's no backing out now. And from there, we just rolled with it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think another thing just to remember as to why we are doing it is not just for us and for a creative outlet and just to like talk about the industry and about what's happening in the industry and just guidance for future brides, but it's also empowering our current industry pros,
100%.
whether that's a photographer, a makeup artist, or a florist, or whoever we deal with on a daily basis or monthly basis or wedding basis, to empower them to also listen in and get some insights from us as planners, and also we get insights from them. So there's a big spectrum and a big outlet that we want to achieve with just this podcast, and the type of stories we want to tell. You'll hear some horror stories, you'll hear some fun stories, you'll laugh and cry and cringe with us. That's the whole idea of this, but it's just to empower the industry as a whole and kind of bring everyone a little bit together to understand you're not alone.
Absolutely.
A lot of us work, like I'm a sole entrepreneur, I work at home alone, I had the odd intern or two, you the same, hence why we sometimes go for coffee and sit together just to feel like we're not alone in this space.
And to have that support as well.
Exactly, and I think this is one of the reasons that we want to create this safe space and to get it out there to fellow planners, fellow industry pros. You're not alone.
We have also experienced that when we do have the odd luxury of attending industry events and to be on the receiving end of an event, all the suppliers come together and we start to talk about all the challenges we are experiencing and the different scenarios that we have to deal with. By having this podcast platform, we would like to interview a variety of industry professionals to come and join us for an in-depth discussion based on their point of view and how they experience certain scenarios.
We'll definitely make sure that we'll engage with the audience and listeners, and if they want to have a specific topic or a specific question to a fellow industry pro that we'll be interviewing soon, definitely make sure that we have those questions at hand and answer whatever you guys would like to know. There's people out there that want to start their new wedding planning business, or maybe they want to start their floristry business, or there's chefs out there that just want to know what is the other doing and how do they operate and how do they work with our current economic stance. And there's all these little industry pro questions that there might be, but there might be from clients as well, and how to plan, what's the planning process, what are the things we're thinking about, and what are the additional things that we need to do behind the scenes that you as a client never know or never see. So those are the topics we also want to touch base on and kind of like just empowering the complete industry, wedding industry as a whole.
Yes, we would love to hear from you. So if you have any questions, then please reach out to us, send us a DM, leave a comment, and then that also inspires us to tackle a bit more of the topics that you guys have questions about.
Exactly. But don't worry, we do have a whole lot of topics already lined up and ready for you guys to listen to.
You better get excited.
Get ready, get hyped, enjoy it with us, enjoy this journey with us. It is a new venture. Be kind. Be kind, but have fun with us while we're just lounging around and talking about all things wedding.
Perfect. So there you have it. This is why we have decided on starting this podcast and why we are so excited to finally be able to have it live and to be able to supply you with episodes bi-weekly. Stay tuned for episode 2.
Woo! Stay hyped! Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Bridal Hype.
If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe and leave a review. Join us on social media to share your thoughts and connect with our Hype community.
Be sure to catch our next episode. Until next time,
Keep the hype alive.